Alright, so all of the knives are finished with getting their cleanings. The decarb's all been taken off. And here we are. Now, bevels have been taken care of. As you can see, the sides have also. So now we're going to go into the next step. Many knives are going to have different kinds of finishes. Well, you could polish this, you could cold blue it. We are going to acid dip it, which is going to create a matte gray. But we're going to go farther with that, and then we're going to stone wash it. There are many steps to this. I have to get all the chemicals set up, and I'll give you guys an overview of what all those look like. And then I'll explain how our stone washing process works and what we use for it. And then I will explain how our stone washing process goes. So I'm going to get all the chemicals set up. We're going to get started. Before I show you guys this process, I want to make something very clear. If you ever want to try to do this yourself, you are going to need gloves. We are dealing with acids, we're dealing with ammonia here, and on top of that, you have to get the knives clean of any oil or it'll mess with the process. That includes the oil that's on your hands. So my recommendation is get yourself some good thick gloves that are going to be acid and chemical resistant. You will have to change your gloves twice at least during this process. The first time is going to be when after you've washed any of the oils off using a degreaser. And then after that, you're going to have to take those gloves off because that degreaser is going to be a pain. And then you're going to have to put a fresh pair on. Once you have degreased the knives, do not touch them with your hands. That little bit of oil can mess with everything. So this part of the process is extremely simple. We're going to take this mixed degreaser that we've got. Let's see here. It's diluted degreaser that we got from Harbor Freight. We're going to take this, pardon my awful writing. We're going to put it on the knives. I'm going to scrub it really hard. Now, mind you, I'm going to be wearing gloves for this process. And then once that's been thoroughly cleaned, it's going to be dunked in the water here. Now, anyone who handles metal knows that water is the bane of its existence. So once this is dipped and rinsed off the degreaser very thoroughly, then with the assistance of my husband, who's also going to be wearing gloves, he'll dry it off extremely thorough. This is the process of getting the oil off of our knives. And then once the oil's off, we can move into the actual chemical treatment of acid dipping. All right, so as you can see over here, they've been cleaned off. Now, the next step is going to be the official dipping. So for our dipping, we've got 3 chemicals here. We've got our ferric chloride. We've got our ammonia solution. And then we have this tub of baking soda and water. Okay, you're probably wondering what these 3 chemicals are for. Well, the ferric chloride is going to be the one that takes care of all of the actual acid dipping. It's going to etch into the metal and create the effect that we're looking for. The ammonia is used to neutralize that first and foremost. So after it's spent some time in the ammonia to stop any more of the acid from doing what acid does, eating, it comes in to the baking soda water. Now the baking soda water is, well, partially to neutralize the acid even further if the ammonia didn't finish the job, but also we're going to rub off any of the excess, well, blackness that is generated off the knife. Now there's a couple reasons why we do this, but we have personally found that by going through the 2-step cycle, we can reduce the amount of chances that the acid is going to really damage the knives long term. Because once this is done, and it's gone through these steps, it's going to hang on a hook after being coated in mineral oil. We're going to leave it like that for a little bit. And the reason we do that is we need to give it time to really examine it, make sure that it was all taken care of, we have a gradient that we like. At least that's what normally happens. What's actually going to happen is it's going to be going into this. So after it's done in the water, it's going to be going into this container here, which has WD-40 in it and rocks. And this is how we create a stonewash effect. Alright, so now it's time to do the stone washing. Now it's a pretty simple process. This is what the inside of the container looks like. We have two different types of stones. The gist of this process is we're going to put the knife in, take some WD-40, we're going to spray one side first, then flip the knife over, a little bit more, lid on. So now, for 5 minutes, I'm going to shake this around and just in general get it going. So after that 5 minutes, what you're not going to see is I'm going to take the knife out, and we're going to wash all the WD-40 off, dry it, then we're going to put it in a mineral oil bath. After that, we're going to hang it on the side here with the other knives. These are our completed ones. Just want steady movements. And I'll be doing this for 5 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the stone washing is completed, as are the handles. And we've also taken care of the bevels. So, to give you a perspective, here is what our stone wash looks like on these. All that shaking that we showed in the earlier part of the video created these effects on it, that roughed up look. And once the bevel's done, I'm not sure if the lighting's going to let you see it all that much, but there it is. That shine of the edge. Contrasting with the gray matte of our stone wash. Beautiful. These are our Kydex sheets cut for our small boys. This is going to make up the interior, the smooth part. This is the rough that you'll see on the outside. This will be for our much larger knives. Again, smooth on the inside, rough on the outside.